forget to subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon to get the notifications about my latest videos.
Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the causes of the downfall of Vijayanagara Empire. Let us begin with the introduction. The Vijayanagara Empire was established in 1336 by two brothers named Harihar and Bukkaraya of Sangama dynasty in South India. At its peak, it had subjugated almost all of the South Indian ruling families and the sultans of Deccan as well. Thus, it had become a notable power in South India. It started declining after Krishnadev Raya's death and ultimately ended in 1646. There were many causes responsible for its downfall. Let us discuss. Point 1. Weak central government. As we know that there was a Nayakas system prevalent in Vijayanagara Empire, so it had divided the empire into territories which were governed by these Nayakas or military commanders who had given full authority to mint coins, to have soldiers and to administer these territories. This way the central government had become very weak, having very less powers, and these provincial powers were stronger. So that was the cause of the downfall of Vijayanagara Empire. Second point, we can discuss weak and incapable successors. Krishnadev Raya died in 1529. After his death, his successors were not so strong and powerful like him. They were not able to protect the kingdom from the enemies. They were not able to hold such a vast empire under their control, and ultimately it collapsed. Point 3 is luxurious life of people. As we know that Vijayanagara Empire was a very prosperous empire, and people lived a life full of luxuries, and they bothered very less about which dynasty is coming and ruling them, which king died what way. So this also became the cause of the downfall of the Vijayanagara Empire. Point 4. Rule of the different dynasties. If you want that a kingdom should be very strong and powerful and last for a longer period of time, it should be governed by the rulers of the same dynasty. That creates a bond between the people and the rulers, which makes it very strong, and it provides it that strong system that can live for a longer period of time. That was not the case, as it was ruled by different dynasties, Sangam, Salva and Talva, and the last was a Vidu dynasty, which became the cause of its downfall. Next point is responsibility of the army. The army was controlled by the Nayakas and Amar Nayakas, and the soldiers were directly responsible and loyal to these commanders, not to the ruler. So at the time of battlefield, they would show their loyalty to their commander, not to the emperor, and that also became the cause of the downfall of the Vijayanagara Empire in the battle of Talikota, as when two of the commanders, they just changed the side and went towards the five bahamian kingdoms. So the soldiers were confused that who are their enemies and who are their friends, and so it led to the defeat in that battle ultimately, and which became the cause of the downfall of Vijayanagara Empire. Point 6 is continuous struggle against Bahmani Empire. There was one area known as Raichur Doab, which was the main bone of contention between Bahmani and Vijayanagara rulers. Whenever Bahmani rulers were powerful, they would attack and conquer that area, and whenever Vijayanagara ruler is powerful, he would attack again and get this Raichur Doab region into their kingdom. So they were continuously fighting with against each other, and that also made Vijayanagara Empire very weak and ultimately led to its downfall. Next is Battle of Talikota. It was fought in 1565, which is considered very decisive battle, and in this battle, Vijayanagara army was completely routed by five Bahmani kingdoms who had joined hands with each other against the Vijayanagara Empire. And after this battle, after this defeat of Vijayanagara Empire, in which Ramaraya was also killed, the capital city of Vijayanagara was completely plundered and sacked and destroyed, So this battle became very important cause of the downfall of Vijayanagar Empire. No doubt after this battle, almost for 1 century, the empire existed in a small region, but the glory of Vijayanagar Empire was over after this battle, and which ultimately led to its downfall. Next point is mistake of Ramaraya. Ramaraya was the prime minister of this empire at the time of battle of Talikota, and prior to that he was busy in conspiracies against these 5 Bahamian kingdoms, and he was trying to play them against each other, and once his conspiracy was revealed to them, they forgot their own enmity and they joined hands against Vijayanagar Empire and gave it a crushing defeat in the battle of Talikota, which led to its downfall. So we can say that this mistake of Ramaraya was also responsible for the ultimate downfall of Vijayanagar Empire. Next is role of Nayakas. Amar Nayaka system was there in Vijayanagar Empire. These Nayakas were military commanders who were given the territories to rule, and they had generally rebellious nature, and they were always waiting for the opportunity when central ruler will be weak, so they will declare themselves as independent rulers. So many a times the ruler had to fight against them to suppress these revolts. That also made Vijayanagar Empire very weak and ultimately led to its downfall. Next point, we can discuss policy of wars. Vijayanagar Empire had to always fight wars against its neighboring kingdoms because the rulers of Vijayanagar were very ambitious and they wanted to expand their territories, so they always fought against Bahamian kingdoms, and they were fighting against Gajpatis of Odisha. So that the policy of war also made the kingdom very weak and ultimately led to its downfall. As conclusion, we can say that there were so many reasons for the which we can say that these reasons were responsible for the downfall of Vijayanagar Empire, and but the immediate cause was the battle of Talikota and the betrayal of the 2 Muslim commanders in the battle of Talikota, who suddenly changed side towards the Bahamian kings, and all the soldiers got confused that who are their enemies and who are their friends, and this confusion led to the defeat of Vijayanagar Empire in this battle, and after that Vijayanagar capital was completely sacked and plundered. Hope you have understood these causes of the downfall of Vijayanagar Empire. Thank you. Have a good day. May God bless you.